Welcome to Some Topic, the podcast where two dangerously underqualified individuals tackle an ever-changing buffet of subjects we have no business discussing. From global politics to ghost squirrels, nothing is off limits, and nothing is properly researched. We are your hosts, two voices with microphones, a Wi-Fi connection, and just enough confidence to sound like we know what we're talking about. Spoiler, we don't. But that's never stopped anyone with a podcast before, and we refuse to be the first. Every week, we plunge headfirst into topics both serious and stupid, usually at the same time, armed only with sarcasm, caffeine, and a dangerous overestimation of our own coherence. Whether it's philosophy, politics, pop culture, or paranormal rodents, we approach each subject like two raccoons who broke into the Library of Alexandria, knocked over a torch, and now insist the fire was enlightenment. Our findings? Improvised. Our sources? Suspect. Our method? Whatever we yanked from our asses while marching proudly up the hill of stupidity, ready to fall honorably in the fog of ego, ontological confusion, and the blood-slick ruins of abandoned discourse. It's too late to turn back now. Your descent has begun. And we, your casually deranged hosts, will guide you in style straight through the crumbling ruins of reason. Listener discretion is enthusiastically advised. This podcast contains strong language, stronger delusions, and a persistent disregard for intellectual safety. If you're easily offended, chronically literal, or spiritually fragile, please relax your chakras, unclench whatever needs unclenching, and consider yelling at a tree instead. This is not journalism. This is not education. This is comedy. This is play. This is Some Topic.
So this episode brought to you by coffee, liquor for your kicker to kick the liquor, and what was the third thing?
Each episode is not brought by three different sponsors, Nick.
Oh, well,
That's not how sponsors work.
How do you know?
One person sponsors one episode.
Well, fine. This episode is tarot card reading, or tarot cards.
Sponsored by Psychosis, correct.
Yeah, the third sponsor.
Yeah.
So, if you've been following our latest episode trend with some travel about where I went to Colorado and New Mexico, I had a tarot card reading about my new job. And
Performed by an amateur card reader.
Are they an amateur if they get paid?
Yeah.
I feel like an amateur would be non-paid, but...
No, she's not. She's still an amateur.
Okay. I feel like there's a transaction of money.
She doesn't do this every single day.
I don't know.
She's not a professional.
Well, define professional. She's able to look you in the eyes and bullshit you better than anybody has and make you believe it, and that's a professional?
What's on her taxes? Probably not tarot card reader.
Well, if she doesn't do taxes, does that mean that she's not professional?
I'm still going to call her an amateur. She might be an amateur professional, but she certainly is no expert. A tarot card reader who can't read palms and can't read leaves is not... You were just picking your nose with your pinky, and I was way too hypnotized. Anyways,
Brought to you by the tarot reading episode.
Right.
Okay.
Either way. So it's not expert level. That's amateur.
So it was the first time something kind of mystical in that sense or that area of life had ever occurred to me. And it was one of those, you sit there, you're trying to... Part of me was like, do I believe this? The other part of me is like, what the fuck is this? And the one that won over is, what the fuck is this?
Right.
And I know that in our Some Travels episode, for Colorado, New Mexico, you were talking about your own spiritual, moment.
Oh, I haven't talked about that ever.
Do you want to talk about it, or you want to put that on pause and never talk about it?
No, I was just simply alluding to the fact that, just so people know who are listening in on this, I'm critical because I'm always critical of everything. I have been through something similar, and so again, I do sincerely believe that there are people that are tapped into whatever you want to call it. God, Allah, Krishna, Buddha, I don't give a crap. I believe in something. I don't believe in the names and titles or organized religions that people have created. People tend to muddy the waters.
Well, people try to organize
but also,
chaos.
of the one person, again, so I said this line the last episode, and I'll say it again. There was only one Jesus. There was only one Buddha. Reincarnation aside.
I'm just saying.
There was only one Buddha. There's only ever been, one or two special people who can do these kinds of things. There has only ever been a handful of true voodoo witch doctors. There has only ever been a handful of people who can truly commune with the other side, whatever you want to call it, whether it's in touch with the planets, the moons, the stars, or whatever else. There are very few people who can truly tap into that level of spirituality.
Have you ever met
Did
someone
the
like
random woman... Yeah, a couple of times.
that? Okay.
Literally exact couple of times. No more than that.
Did
the random woman in Denver, Colorado, who can't read palms or leaves, somehow have the connection with the other side to read cards accurately? No. It's way too vibes.
Well,
too your aura. I'm influenced.
I'm going to be a pessimist.
Like, again. So
on your point of view. How do you know that?
That she is probably not the one in however many million?
Yes.
It's really simple. Really, really simple. She only charges $1,000 for a 3-hour session.
That seems pretty expensive to me, Bob.
You have not entered the world of the con artist, my friend. And I forget what they're actually called. The people who can actually commune with the other side. I forget what the technical term is.
We did the episode on zombies where they talked about...
No, that's entirely separate.
Well, again, there was the section about how the artificers or the people at that moment were able to commune with the other side. New Orleans voodoo.
Oh, mediums. Sorry. Mediums.
Yeah, voodoo.
Spirit mediums.
Who do you voodoo, bitch?
Okay. A voodoo witch doctor is different. Voodoo is the overarching practice that they use.
Oh, that's right. Zombies, voodoos. Yeah.
So again, do I really think that random woman is a true medium? No! Not even close.
But you can't...
She might be practicing, but again, amateur.
But you can't
deny... That doesn't mean that she's not skilled.
But yeah, that's true.
But she's still amateur. So my statement stands. An amateur tarot card reader.
Only to spite you. Because fuck you.
So it stands.
I cannot genuinely say that I don't believe her or that I have...
I don't.
Well, this is like eighth-hand information.
No. But even based on what you told me about what she had to say about your future prospects in your career, she was half-assing it. So no, I don't believe her.
Well, okay, even though she was right.
She wasn't right. She literally regurgitated what you had already told her.
Correct.
So no, again,
so
she was half-assing it.
Technically right.
Has she had one or two moments where she has been able to successfully channel? Possibly. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But can she do it on demand every time? No. That's all I'm saying. Amateur.
Okay.
It's fine.
So
everybody starts somewhere.
So for our audience at
just because
wherever
she
the
wants
fuck they
to be
are.
An amateur dementia patient.
Oh Lord. The satire. All right. So for our audiences, wherever the fuck they are, what was your own personal experience when it came to who do you voodoo bitch kind of moment?
Oh my God. Encountering non-pop culture spirituality.
Yes.
Okay, non-mainstream spirituality. Yes.
Yeah, who do you voodoo bitch?
Uh-huh.
That's what I said.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Keep up.
Yeah.
Keep up.
Anyways, proceed with your...
Well, I'm asking you, what was your...
Me?
Yes! You, several moments, several times.
Not several times, twice. There has only been 2 times.
I didn't know there was 2 times.
I've only ever had 2 times.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There
was the one truly, I can't deny it, time in Peru.
Okay, then talk about it.
And there was, no.
What do we know?
Because that's a whole episode in and of itself.
Well, there you go. It's part one of that.
So either way.
Voodoo you voodoo bitch.
No,
episode.
this was supposed to be your episode on tarot cards.
Well, okay, then.
So proceed.
I want to know
Mr. Card
about
Reader?
that specific moment.
Not today.
Just speak.
Again, we don't have time. We have already wasted
plenty
8 minutes
of
and 30
time.
seconds of your tarot card episode.
We have plenty of time. Talk about it.
It was a Peruvian shaman who couldn't even speak Spanish. He could only speak the native dialect in the mountains that we were in at the time, who was giving us a blessing before we started on our glaciated peak climbs.
Okay.
And that's all. I was, out of our entire group of 20-something people, he gave very generic cookie-cutter answers and blessings to other people. And myself and one other student, we had a little bit longer of a conversation where he said things that just aren't things a random person who can't read or speak English and can't read or speak Spanish would know about someone that he's never talked to. How would essentially a homeless guy know that I was adopted, know what I had been struggling with that particular month or two while I was working on different things and learning how to meditate and learning how to journal and everything else at the time. Number one, I doubt he even knows that Romania is a country. Number two, there's no way that he could have actually mentioned the real name of Romania. And number three, there is no way that he could have mentioned anything about what I was thinking at the time in terms of my birth parents. So again, I don't doubt that there are people who can channel, commune with the spirits, do whatever. Again, however you want to package it.
What's the real name of Romania?
Don't worry about it. But again, there were too many things for a random person to know. In a random fucking village in the middle of the mountains in the middle of Peru, doing a fucking blessing and wrapping up dead animals and shit in a package that we were supposed to bury at the summit of the mountain as a blessing to the gods. I believe in it. Like, there's something out there that's fantastic. Again, whether you want to call it God, whether you want to call it Allah, Buddha, Krishna, I don't give a shit. Call it whatever you want. There is something. Absolutely. I don't know what it is. I don't pretend to know. I don't pretend to be able to speak to it. But again, for the random chick in Denver, Colorado, well, that's what I mean, though. For just some chick whose wife sells furniture to be one of those people. No, I don't believe that. So that's all. It was, I will share the exact words when we actually have time for me to accurately recall the exact words he shared with me. It's been years since I even thought about it. But it was enough. How do I phrase this? Again, this is why I was saying we don't have time, because I don't have time to phrase and package these things appropriately.
We have plenty of time.
No, it was just, no, regardless. There's no way for me to package it rapidly within these next few minutes.
Nobody's asking you to do it rapidly. Talk as much as you need to talk.
My boy, you done already prepared an episode on tarot cards.
Okay.
And here we are having wasted 12 minutes on something that's
The podcast is literally
tangential.
called Some Topic.
I know.
If the some topic gets off topic, that's on topic.
No, but either way.
That's the topic of the topic. You literally said that in a previous episode.
I know, but still. Like, there's nothing more to say about it.
Okay, what was the second incident? You said there was two.
I can't remember. So again, like if I'm gonna do an episode on these things, then I actually have to like sit down and think about them and remember them.
All right. Well,
so again, like there's a reason why I say it's not gonna happen.
Okay, fine, because you're dumb and you can't remember shit. an IOU for
No,
an
the
episode.
second time I'm pretty sure was when I was doing a sweat lodge. But like I said, I can't remember enough details of that.
Okay. So
like I said, either way.
an FYI to our IOU, to our listeners, for a later episode where we'll dive into personal experiences when it comes into the
No,
mystical
they'll just
arts.
comment. If they want to actually hear about those stories in depth, then comment, let us know. And if it's something you guys want to hear, then great. I'll actually sit down and take the time to, flush it out. I'll call people from back then who were with me during the time and see what they remember too. And I'll be able to flush it out into a full episode.
I think that'd just be a mini series.
Mini-series? No. It's 2 incidents. That might be 2 episodes.
I mean,
The
more than
Sweat
one
Lodge
episode is a
one-
mini series.
Well, no, the Sweat Lodge one is going to take me doing some calling to folks and double checking so I could remember which Sweat Lodge it was and like what the surrounding circumstances were for that one. But the Peru one I remember pretty. The more I think about the Peru one, the more I remember of it, obviously. So no, it's just one of those things to where if you want to hear about these things more, than fantastic. Let us know that you want an episode on it, and we'll make it happen. Easy as that.
Sure.
But also, I'm not going to derail an entire episode trying to vaguely remember inaccurate things and then putting it out there permanently for the internet to remind me of forever. Like, no, I will do it justice by doing my best to remember accurately and presenting it as such.
So, what tarot actually is historically and psychologically. And thank you, Sam, for a kick-ass intro to a potential different 2 to probably 8 different episodes. Because, fuck,
Don't
you
know
like
we're
to...
getting 8 episodes out of it.
Brother, you like to talk. I don't think you know the definition of the meaning, shut the fuck up.
Oh, I do.
Do you?
There is only one person at this table that will not shut the fuck up. No matter how many times people are saying, Nick, shut the fuck up.
Hey, I'm persistent.
Nick, look at me.
I'm persistent.
You need to shut the fuck up.
Persistence.
Doesn't work on you at all.
I know. I'm immune. I have...
Look, you've only been drowned once, and you've only been punched thrice.
Thrice is better than 4 times. Or fourth. Force? Fire? What is the... Third to thrice as fourth is to what?
You're dumb.
Thrice?
You're dumb.
You have been friced in the face? All right, whatever. Tarot didn't start in a misty cave. It emerged in a 15th century Europe as a parlor game called, and I'm going to butcher this, tarocchini. For centuries, these weren't mystical tools. They were status objects for wealthy Italian families. So it started in Italy. The shift happened when scholars and psychologists noticed that imagery wasn't random. It reflected what Carl Jung called the collective unconscious, inherited psychological patterns shared by all humans. So the framework for meaning. We don't lack information in today's age. We lack frameworks to make sense of it. Tarot functions like a psychology mirror, right? So you put down a card, and the idea here, and you've kind of alluded to it, the better type of tarot reader, the one that's a con artist, ends up trying to explain it in such a way where you are, hey, you've told me XYZ information, and now I'm
Regurgitating and repackaging XYZ information. Yes.
Exactly.
Those are con artists.
So there's something called the Rorschach. I say cock. Rorschach effect, like the famous inkblot tests that you kind of see in movies.
Rorschach?
Whatever the fuck.
You mean Rorschach cards?
Look,
the Rorschach effect?
English is my first language, but it's not my best language.
Look, I don't know how to spell Rorschach, but the second you said like the ink blotches, I know exactly what a Rorschach test is.
Well, there you go. This is why we keep you around. Not because you're the co-host
I
or
have
anything.
approximate knowledge of many things.
You have approximate knowledge of -5 things. So tarot cards or tarot works through projective hypothesis. Your brain is a pattern recognition machine. When you look at a card such as the tower collapsing, you don't see a literal building. You see your failing relationship or your unstable career. The card doesn't tell you the truth. It creates the space for you to admit the truth to yourself. So it begs the question, tarot cards, is it more of a, oh, hey, let me just say something and then you regurgitate it back to me and we find out a hidden truth? So is it just modern psychology or just a really clever way of saying you're an idiot?
I think the way that you package that question shows that you're an idiot.
Oh, well, everybody knows I'm an idiot.
So think through your question and ask it again.
I did. No answer.
Think through your question
I did.
and ask it again.
I did.
Is tarot cards modern psychology?
Yeah.
Which came first, Nick?
I don't know.
Tarot cards or modern psychology?
Yeah. I would say tarot cards.
Came first, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So it can't be modern anything.
So then it begs the question.
So a better packaging would be, are tarot cards just ancient psychology? Or are they what? What was the second part of the question?
You know what the second part of the question was.
No, I was too busy poking holes in your current sentence.
Look, man. It creates the space for you to admit the truth to yourself.
Ah. Well, yeah, because we're always seeking justifications, part of being human.
Is it?
Yeah, that's why people pay so much money for people to do palm readings and read this stuff and read that stuff and do whatever else, is they're simply seeking justification either for their own regrets, the hell that they're putting themselves through, or for their perceived wrongness from the universe. They can't take responsibility for their own circumstances, so they're looking for external forces.
So we're in the wrong business.
No,
Yeah?
we're right where we need to be.
Are we?
We're telling them we're tricking them. And then we still trick them.
We have credibility.
Yeah.
Because-
What?
We have credibility.
Yes, that's what
I'll
two
always-
mics and a computer gives us. 2 microphones and an internet connection. We're credible.
1 chromosome, 2 mics, 3 laptops,
Oh,
and a...
if anybody has children, or if anybody themselves is still in school, if you ever actually source us, number 1, please do. I don't care. Number 2, please send me whatever paper you wrote. I would love to see what the fuck you quoted.
Oh, Lord. All right. The major arcana, a psychological map of a human life. The 22 cards of the major arcana, or arcana, depending on how you state it, aren't just random vibes. They're structured as the Fool's Journey. It maps perfectly onto the arc of human maturation. I don't know how the fuck you say the word. Not immature, but mature. The Fool to the world. It starts with the Fool, pure, ignorant
The
risk.
what?
The Fool.
You want to pronounce that properly?
The Fool.
The fool?
I said
Not
what I
the
said.
full?
That's what I said.
You said the full
That's what I
twice in a
said.
row.
Correct. The Fool.
Uh-huh.
Pure, ignorant risk, and moves towards or through authority. The Emperor, moral tests, the Lovers, or the inevitable collapse, the Tower. Normalizing the cycle. In our culture, we treat starting over as a failure. Is that true or is that false?
Well, so I'm reading a different website's, summation of what you were just trying to say, so it could actually make sense to me.
Sure.
So this is literally using a parable.
Okay.
And the parable and the different sections of the parable and different characters in the parable are the different characters and cards that we're seeing in tarot cards. So they are using one particular story and journey to describe specific lessons and concepts in your own life that you're then, the intention is then you're supposed to go and meditate over why was that significant to you and what part of your life did it remind you of.
So stoicism.
This has nothing to do with stoicism.
There's a lot of parallels.
Between tarot reading and stoicism?
Kind of,
One
yeah.
is witchcraft.
Is it?
And then one is, stoicism. Where's your parallels here?
Parallels are...
The fact that I happen to use the word meditate?
Yeah.
Ah. Well, then stoicism is Hinduism. And Buddhism.
Stoicism.
And Taoism.
Stoicism
all wrapped into
is
one.
Just the suicide of your current self for your future self.
Sure.
What do you mean, buddy?
Now, proceed with your story of the fool.
Well, normalizing the cycle. In our culture, starting over is a failure. Yay or nay?
Not when your job is repetitive, because then you're supposed to start over multiple times a day.
Well, sure, okay.
So again, provide some context, my friend.
So you have the first word, starting.
Uh-huh.
Then you have the second word, over.
Uh-huh.
And then in your life, you have a compound expression, starting over.
Uh-huh.
So in that context, are you a failure if you start over with that expression? Or are you a success?
Are you done?
I am
Okay. I just wanted to check real quick. So I know you're hunting for a certain answer, so I'm going to say yes, you're a failure.
Okay. False.
Ah. Teach me, wise one.
Because you're retarded.
Ah.
Done.
Boom, roasted.
So you genuinely think starting over is a failure?
I never said that. Like I said, because you have a clear indication of a direction of where you need me to answer. I'm going to say
No,
yes.
I want to know your opinion.
All depends on context.
The context is personal.
No, it entirely depends on context.
It does, but
There's
it.
a complete difference between... Fine, we'll repackage it. There's a huge difference between a tactical retreat and a legitimate defeat. Those are two very separate things.
And you
one ceases your
had
ability to
rhyme?
make progress and move forward.
Okay.
And the other is simply a decided step back to take a separate approach. So again, context, my friend.
We interrupt this podcast to bring you either a Raccoon Intern broadcast, a liminal space service message, an HR policy memoranda, listener surveillance notices, trash theology sermons, or the ever-present system malfunction emergency alerts. Please stand by. Trash Theology Sermon 1. In the beginning, the trash was without form and void, but raccoons saw that it could be organized.
I need to address a structural issue within the intern nutritional program. We refined caffeine protocols, we've implemented recovery measures, but one variable remained unstable: baseline nutrition. You can't build sustained performance on coffee and regret alone. You can optimize spikes. You can mitigate crashes. But if the system is depleted, you mistake stimulants for sustenance. Performance wasn't just chaotic. It was inconsistent. That's when we introduced Zevo Life. It's a patented microalgae designed to support steady energy, digestion, and overall vitality, helping your system operate consistently instead of constantly compensating. Packed with essential amino acids, vitamins A, B12, E, and K, antioxidants, minerals, and bioactive compounds, all within a single teaspoon. It's not stimulation, it's foundation. We added it to the intern's daily allocation, and the Intern Nutritional Authority has adopted it into long-term protocols. You can get 30% off your entire order when you use code TOPIC at zevo.life. And for transparency's sake, like a raccoon gazing into the future through a rearview mirror, we'll tell you plainly, the show earns a commission when you use code TOPIC. So you're not just upgrading your nutrition, you're reinforcing the structure that carries you through life's impacts. Nick, myself, and the Intern Nutritional Authority, thank you for investing in the long game.
We interrupt this podcast to bring you either a Raccoon Intern broadcast, a liminal space service message, an HR policy memoranda, listener surveillance notices, trash theology sermons, or the ever-present system malfunction emergency alerts. Please stand by. Trash Theology Sermon 2. Verily I say unto thee, one's worth is not in what they throw away, but what they are willing to dive back in for.
When we talk about starting over, we're talking about in the sense of, hey, everything's gone to shit, or life's not going the way you want it to. You gotta press the brakes on the car or the vehicle that you're driving, and you gotta go back to the basics. You gotta start the fuck back over. And I pretty much just repackaged the same fucking words and just reset it in as basic as I can. And when you're starting over, you're going back to start. You got 33% of the way.
Wait.
And
when
now
you're
it's
starting
0.
over, you're going back to the start?
Yes!
Oh, wow.
I know. It's crazy.
Mind blown.
So, is starting over a bad thing or a good thing?
Again, it's entirely contextual. You can't be asking me broad blanket questions like this and expect a designated answer.
Well, I am expecting an answer.
Yeah, foolishly so. See what I did there?
I did.
The fool?
Yeah.
Because it's the beginning.
Yeah. You're
So,
retarded.
Again.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, we've established this.
No. We haven't established it.
I am retarded.
You are.
Yeah.
Several
and
degrees.
with a capital R and a hard R.
The hardest of R's.
Yeah.
The biggest of D's.
Well, that
And the hardest
also
of
happens
tards.
to travel with special needs people. They do tend to have abnormally large phalluses.
That's disgusting to know, but now I've known that.
Thought that was common knowledge.
It's not.
You never heard a woman tell you to fuck her like a retard.
No.
Wow.
Because I've already fucked her like
Where
a
do
retard.
you think retard strength comes from?
I have retard strength. What do you...
Okay.
Okay. Every
Anyways.
woman I've been with,
So
you're retarded. I know.
So
That's why you have such a
repackage
good time.
So repackage the question here. Is starting over a bad thing?
Yeah.
All depends on context.
Motherfucker, you cannot keep saying the same fucking answer. Moving the fuck on. Why tarot works better than advice. Why do we trust random card pulls more than a well-meaning friend? Sam? I swear.
That's a half. I'm not going to say it depends on context.
You say context, I'm going to punch you through the goddamn screen.
No, it's the human need to look for validation in something that we perceive to be beyond or greater than ourselves.
Okay.
A trusted person or a trusted friend, you could tell me whatever the fuck you want, and I'm going to assume that there's some attempted motive behind it. Could be, benevolent, could be malevolent, but there's some other motive behind it. Whereas card reading and whatnot, we perceive that there's enough of a disconnectedness, and on the vastly larger plane of existence, again, consider it life, consider it spirituality, consider it whatever you want to consider it. However you need to package it for your own comprehension, do so. There's a certain level of surrender to the universe.
Okay.
That is far easier for us to accept than, again, simply taking accountability for your circumstance in life. So yeah, it's way easier to just trust a random card that's put in front of you because you can divine all sorts of meaning from a random incident or occurrence. But a friend telling you something, you're immediately going to pick it apart and be pessimistic.
So would you say because advice triggers defense mechanisms? Is that a fair statement?
That's basically what I just said, yes.
Just smarter. Which I am. Fuck you.
Okay, Mr. Engineer.
So when a friend says you're avoiding your problems, your brain activates its protection mode.
Debate mode.
Sure. You get defensive. When a card depicts the Seven of Swords, the card of deception or running away, your mind fills in the blanks. You get a blank fucking card. Your brain interprets it. And you basically, again, you go back to the mirror. It tells you what you think you're thinking. Versus your friend who's just like, dude, you're just a fucking asshole. This random girl at a goddamn Mexican restaurant deserves...
So what does the Seven of Swords actually mean for our listeners?
It's a great question. You should look it up and tell us.
Deception, trickery, tactics, and strategy.
Okay.
Reversed is coming clean, rethinking approach, and also deception. So deception both ways is what I'm hearing.
So the thing I didn't understand when the tarot card reading for my first time happened was the difference of how the card was placed in front of you.
Yes.
And that is a central, I guess it's a central key to understanding of what is being presented to you.
Well, it's probably why the average person would be tricked into believing this stuff is because there's enough variety and there's enough random chance to tarot cards, there's a perceived divinity to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it happens to also incorporate the duality of man to where every card set in front of you could have two meanings. Yeah, it tickles the brain.
It does. So, for me, whenever I was having that tarot card reading...
They should make the Uno automatic dealer, the card shuffler dealer thing that Uno used to sell. They need to make one for tarot cards. Then I might believe it. Because if some bitch is shuffling cards, look, I done seen some card sharks out there. You can stack that deck however you want.
If she ain't fucking dealing like
But
the
if I have an
casino,
Uno machine with the stupidly loud whirling and ticking,
oh Lord,
shooting cards out at me, I might believe it.
For fuck's sake.
Continue, sorry.
You're fine.
This is some tangent on some topic.
Some tangent, not off topic, just some tangent. Or we do the tangenting of the tangent. So the indirect...
We tangentially traverse the topography of the mind.
What?
Yeah.
That makes no goddamn sense.
Do you know what the words mean?
No.
Okay, then of course it makes no sense.
I can't read. I only speak.
Okay.
I speak real good.
Mm-hmm.
I speak good English.
As the thugs would say, you're running through the cut.
What the fuck does that mean? The indirect entry point. It is often especially powerful for people, often men. I don't know why it has to be men, who are socialized to distrust talking about feelings. Talking about a card feels like an intellectual exercise or a game. It creates a socially acceptable side door into the subconscious. You aren't being vulnerable, you're just interpreting a symbol and the feelings show up anyway. So you're given an opportunity to express yourself, except it's done through the medium of...
You said it perfectly earlier. These are Rorschach cards before Rorschach was a thing.
My Rorschach before my Rorschach was a Rorschach.
Do you know what Rorschach cards are?
Explain.
No. I'm actually asking you.
Besides the
inkblot cards. Do you know what they are?
Besides the movie scenes? No, I don't.
Okay. It's literally just another way to determine not just psychosis, even though that's typically how most people come into it, is seeing it in TV shows and stuff like that when you're dealing with psych patients.
Okay.
But it's literally just another way to see what the subconscious thought is. People's subconscious thoughts and subconscious answers to what they are seeing in the ink splotches will typically tell you that person's moral compass.
Okay.
If you consistently see horrific and evil and horrible things, chances are that's what you think all the time. Chances are you're probably one of those people. But if you consistently see the beautiful butterfly, then you're probably a ditzy, naive, stupid little person.
So what's the right answer?
There's never a right answer. That's the point.
So
there never is a right answer.
Where the fuck is this guy getting his goddamn test answers from?
Either way.
I'm just saying.
Those are Rorschach cards.
My answer for this random ass's fucking test.
Yes.
Oh, it tells him that? So you interpreted that, or who interpreted my answers?
The person notes down your answers. It's not an interpretation of your answer. They literally write down your answer. And it's your answer to the entire stack of cards that will typically give us a multitude of data points that we can then track and see, okay, how is this person's psychology developing? How is their emotional state? What is their mental state in these circumstances?
So the key to winning is to be as random as fuck.
No, the key to winning is to not answer.
Well, doesn't that tell them an answer?
No, it doesn't.
What do you mean?
Well, it does tell them an answer. It means that you're not willing to participate. Which means they can't diagnose you. So that's the only way you win.
Is this
if
from
you're talking
experience,
about Rorschach tests.
or is this from personal growth moments?
Okay, you literally were just like, is this experience or experience? So again, how do I answer that?
Did you have to go through some psychotherapy moments?
No.
Did you have to do this test?
No.
Oh.
That's just the only way to win these kinds of tests. Because I've been through plenty of psychological evaluations for law enforcement and whatnot.
Okay.
It's a very consistent, normal thing. There are no right answers. That's the whole point. Like, especially when you're taking a fucking 800 question test. And about every 300 to 400 they repeat questions. They're looking for consistency. And your answers and your tracking and your points in these tests simply give them enough data points and separate points to have a good idea of your mental state and your mental fortitude. So it's the same thing. The only way to win is to not do it, because there is no right answer.
So all I heard was, just don't do it and you win.
Correct.
Okay. Tarot in the age of anxiety and algorithm. Modern tarot has shifted because our stress has shifted. We aren't asking, will the harvest be good? Like they did back in the ye old gooden days. We're asking about burnout, stagnation, and the Great Resignation. Are you familiar with the Great Resignation?
You mean retirement or death?
This is before both of those.
Either way, you're resigning from your formal position of employment.
Yes, but this is before all that.
Before resignation?
Yeah.
Where the
well,
fuck are you getting resignation from planting fields?
Let me Google it. Hold on, so I tell you correctly. Remember, this is some topic where we do our.
We only do some of the research.
The rest is interns. All right.
Look, 60% of the time, we're right every time.
I'm 110%. The Great Resignation, also known as the Big Quit, was a record-breaking economic trend beginning in early 2021, so during around the COVID pandemic, where millions of workers voluntarily left their jobs. The movement peaked in March 2022 when a record of 4.5 million Americans quit in a single month.
Yeah, and? What about it?
It was a phenomenon that was fueled by a unique mix of pandemic-era shifts in long-standing economic trends. Around that
Just
time.
because people choose to do something, then work for a massive company, does not make it some type of phenomenon. Number one, you were stuck in the house. Number two, half of you started working remotely. Number three, the rest of you realized, oh wait, none of this actually matters. It's all made up. Let me go do the things that make me happy. So what type of phenomenon is that?
The Great Resignation.
Ah, okay. So continue. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how that has anything to do with tarot cards.
Internalizing conflict.
Convicts?
Yes. The prison
Internalizing
ones.
them?
The conflict.
Pretty sure the prison guards are pretty good at that.
The conflict for the convict.
Well, the female ones are.
Sounds like
They internalize a lot of convicts, if you know what I mean.
I don't want to elaborate.
The convicts
Uh-huh.
get internalized.
Ah.
Means they're all up in them guts. Rearranging.
Good for them.
Doing some home reno.
Good.
Yeah.
Anxiety is often a vague unease. Tarot turns the fog into a visible image. It forces you to slow down. So, essentially what I'm trying to say is that tarot cards in a modern age, when all this bullshit's trying to happen, hey, X, Y, and Z may have occurred, but A, B, C, because of the tarot cards, can help you.
It's the
relate to
black
X,
dot
Y.
in the center of a blur picture.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you a single point of focus for half a minute in a world of 1,000,001 distractions.
1,000,002, but fuck you.
Okay.
Social media has turned tarot into an emotional fast food. TikTok tarot, which is a thing apparently.
There's TikTok everything.
Well, yeah, all right, whatever. TikTok sex, TikTok
Tarot.
tarot.
And by the way, TikTok sex is just called red gifts, but continue.
Exactly. Often offers certainty. He's going to text you back the, questionnaire or
How come they're never held accountable when they're wrong?
or how about when it's the other way around?
All you ever hear is when they're right. But you never get to hear when they're wrong.
Of course not. That would be too easy. Instead of an inquiry. Why are you waiting for this text? Real tarot isn't about telling you what will happen. It's about asking you why you're paralyzed by the possibilities. So reframe the idea of what
paralysis.
Yeah. Reframe what tarot cards really are. Which is, here's an introduction to all the possibilities. And people take it for certainty.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think tarot cards would be a fascinating mental study, mental exercise, and meditative exercise. I think you could have a lot of very unique conversations with strangers and different people by using them.
Yeah.
But just like with most things, don't turn it into a fucking religion.
That has,
There is no point of guidance or worship in this. But when you are attempting to use a tool for meditative exercise and turn it into a religion, you're walking yourself down a very inconsistent and uncontrollable path.
Yeah.
Dummies.
They're all dummies.
Bunch of dum-dums.
Fact versus fiction.
All of them mystery flavored.
Myth. You must be gifted your first deck for it to work. Fact. This is a 19th century superstition designed to keep the practice exclusive. Most professional readers buy their own decks based on the art that speaks to their personal psychology. Myth. The death card means someone is going to die. Fact. In 600 years of history, the death card almost never refers to the physical meaning. It symbolizes transition, ego loss, or the end of a phase. It's about cleaning the garden so new things can grow. Fuck you, Hollywood. You're fake news. Thank you, current president.
End of cycle. Beginnings, change. Metamorphosis. Fear of change. Holding on. Stagnation. Decay.
Myth. Tarot is fortune telling. Fact. Most modern practitioners view it as a fortune mapping. It shows the current trajectory.
I'm not telling you your fortune. I'm just mapping it out for you.
Correct.
Yeah, nice.
Hashtag fake news.
Yeah.
The current trajectory you are on
Hashtag
based on
Malaysia
your present...
flight, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Present habits. If you don't like the future the cards show, you change the present behavior. So
Fair.
Just common basic bullshit.
Yes.
Myth. The cards have energy. Fact. While some believe this, the psychological reality is that the cards are neutral tools. The energy is actually just your own subconscious projecting its secrets onto the imaginary. So, question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think I'm a ma'am, but I guess my current...
Yes, sir, ma'am.
Yes, sir, ma'am, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm so confused. But the skeptic dilemma. If you knew for a fact that the cards were just a random cardboard, but the reading still gave you a breakthrough in your personal life, would you care that it wasn't real? So some arbitrary fuck thing just didn't mean shit.
Well, no,
But
again,
still
that's
gave
why
you
no,
the
no,
thought
no.
that
this
helped.
this is bringing up an entire separate part of human psychology,
Which
it's
is?
our entire pattern and tendency to bestow, and I forget what the medical term of it is, or the scientific term, or whatever.
Okay.
But it's our unique habit and ability of. It's not just bestowing meaning, but it's almost bestowing human qualities or personality on inanimate objects. It's no different than an object of sentimentality.
Okay.
If that card happens to be what provides you with a mental breakthrough in something, of course it's going to be sentimentally valuable to you. So it's kind of asking a no-duh question. Did the rock that you stepped on that finally caused you to pick up your foot and realize you had a thorn in your shoe and pull the thorn out, did the rock actually do anything, or is it simply the catalyst of what brought your attention to the actual problem?
I don't know.
So again, this is another just simply philosophical question. Every person's going to have a different opinion on it and a different answer for it.
Well, I want your fucking opinion on this fucking
I just
topic.
gave it to you. If the card changed something in your life or happened to be the catalyst for a breakthrough, of course, you don't care what it's made out of. It could be a shitty stain on a piece of tissue paper. If it somehow changes my life, of course, I will remember it fondly. Hopefully I don't keep it. Don't keep fecal matter in a non-biologically secure container. That's nasty. But
When you eat a bitch out, make sure she cleans thoroughly.
oh, well, that's different.
Is it?
Hey, I'm not going to yuck somebody else's garnishments.
Garnishments? Mm-hmm. I think you mean yum, but whatever.
No, I mean garnishments.
The comfort of symbols. Why are we more comfortable receiving a hard truth from a symbol, like a card or a movie, than from direct conversation with a partner, a friend, or a therapist?
Because, again, it's not an attack. Humans don't trust humans. We know how evil they are. We know how evil we are.
You are
Why would I ever
diabolical.
trust you? Well, no, it's simple. Why would I ever trust you? Now, an inanimate object, it lacks the entire capability or capacity for benevolence or maliciousness. So, of course, I can trust it. So, again, welcome to being a human. We know how shifty and shady humans can be.
Puff, puff, pass. Here's reality. It's fucked.
Sure. I'm not sure where you're getting the puff, puff, pass part is, but sure. Are we passing a blunt of reality here?
Yes. If we didn't, I guess, input drugs into the tarot card episode, somebody would have put it in the comments.
Sure.
I don't know. This seems reasonable.
Look, just because many tarot card users happen to also utilize narcotics does not mean that every tarot card user has narcotics with them.
Narcotics are drugs. Drugs are good. If somebody gives you free drugs, say yes.
Well, I'm not the addict. They're the one who bought it. I'm just here to have a good time.
Details.
So don't do drugs, kids, unless they're free.
If they're free, then do them all day, every day.
Well, then they're not free.
Oh. Then don't do them all day, every day. Just do them most of the day.
No, just do them when they're free.
Ah. The agency question. At what point does looking for signs in the cards stop being a tool for reflection and start becoming an excuse to avoid making a real decision? So when does fake news stop being fake news? And you're just like, LMFAO, this is real. And I'm going to be real.
Please read your question again.
Okay. At what point does looking for signs in the cards stop being a tool for reflection and start becoming an excuse to avoid making a real decision?
How about the fact that you're looking for guidance in your life from chunks of paper and cardboard?
Could be.
That's a pretty low point in your life. Grab a magic 8-ball, shake it up. It'll be just as reliable.
Is it?
It's just as random as the cards.
As SpongeBob's fucking concha shell or whatever. the shell where he's in the middle of the. That's what I said.
It's not consciousness. It's a conch shell.
I just got that. I just got that. Oh, I'm an idiot. Go fuck yourself.
Oh my god. Look, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, sorry, I was bobbing for dicks for a second.
You do like to suck dicks.
Oh, my boy.
The biggest dick you ever sucked. What was it? Was his name Moby?
No. It was made by this jackass named Smith & Wesson.
Oh!
Trying to start my 40. Sorry.
And what would that 40 say now?
We interrupt this podcast to bring you either a raccoon intern broadcast, a liminal space service message, an HR policy memoranda, listener surveillance notices, trash theology sermons, or the ever-present system malfunction emergency alerts. Please stand by. Trash Theology Sermon 3. The bin giveth and the bin taketh away, usually depending on pickup day.
I need to give a brief update regarding the unpaid interns. For last fiscal quarter, their caffeine habits were entirely self-funded through dumpster-based nutrition and used coffee grounds rescued from the trash compactor behind the local prison. As you can imagine, results were inconsistent. Archival accuracy, unstable. Claw precision, questionable. Midday existential collapse, guaranteed. It was a difficult quarter. But that ends today. We've transitioned the entire intern program to Strong Coffee Company. Their black blend has 15 grams of protein, 5 grams of MCTs, and adaptogens like ashwagandha and L-theanine. So instead of spike and crash routines, it's a sustained focus. The results speak for themselves. If you're going to drink coffee anyway, it might as well pull its weight. You can get 20% off your entire order when you use code TOPIC at strongcoffeecompany.com. And for transparency's sake, like a raccoon peering through a mason jar instead of a magnifying glass while searching for mythic relics buried in a landfill, we'll tell you plainly. The show earns a commission when you use code TOPIC. So if you grab some, you're not just upgrading your coffee. You're funding structured nutrition for the interns. Nick, myself, and the Intern Nutritional Authority thank you for your service. I need to address an issue regarding the unpaid interns. While overall productivity has improved, there's a recurring decline following what they described as after-hours research. Translation, excess beverages were consumed. The next morning metrics were predictable. Cognitive clarity, compromised. Regret index, elevated. Sunlight compatibility, low. That's when we implemented liqueur gummies. They're formulated with DHM, which helps your body process alcohol, along with milk thistle, B vitamins, electrolytes, and ginger root to support recovery and hydration. You enjoy your evening, you support recovery. You wake up to regret your decisions with a clear head and a settled stomach. You can get 20% off your entire order when you use code TOPIC at liqueur.com. And for transparency's sake, like a raccoon peering through a kaleidoscope attempting to intuit your future by reading tea leaves, we'll warn you. The show earns a commission when you use code TOPIC. So you're not just protecting tomorrow. You're supporting the continued operational stability of the interns. Nick, myself, and the Intern Nutritional Authority thank you for your patronage.
We interrupt this podcast to bring you either a Raccoon Intern broadcast, a liminal space service message, an HR policy memoranda, listener surveillance notices, trash theology sermons, or the ever-present system malfunction emergency alerts. Please stand by. Trash Theology Sermon 4. Remember, cleanliness is next to loneliness. Seek the comfort of clutter. And that's all for this week on Some Topic, the show where logic is seasonal, facts are optional, and the raccoons are 2 paychecks behind. If you're a liberal, please keep your critiques to yourself. Our unpaid interns have adopted a shoot first, shred later policy, and we're in a stand your ground state after all. HR has yet to get back to us with a solution, so stand by. To the rest of you, keep your coffee black, your sarcasm sharp, and your reality on airplane mode. Until next time, stay skeptical, stay caffeinated, and stay just interested enough to keep the surveillance squirrels guessing while we slip out the back.